Hello, this is Brittany Eiler, and I am going to discuss the platforms that I have. The one I have used, so I'm very familiar with, and the other one is new to me, but I'm very excited to start using it in my classroom. Um, Overall, this whole assignment was very interesting to me, and I enjoyed partaking in it a lot. So let me get into the different platforms, or the two that I have chosen for this video. The first one is Blooket. Blooket is something that I used last year in my classroom. The year before that, actually, when I was working as a prevention specialist, we went into high school classrooms and we used it there. I used it in my classroom last year, and I've used it a couple of times in my classroom this year. It's it's very, very similar to Kahoot. If you ever had any experience working with that. However, Blooket is more engaging. It's more game-like. It's more just fun than Kahoot. So the host, if you're the teacher or the host, will pick a set of questions, and then there's different game modes. There's a fishing one, there's classic, there's tower defense. There's a bunch of different ones that require different skills or tasks to partake in. So once they have that chosen, and you start it, a code is generated, and then the players get on their own device and they type in the code and they join a game. They type in a nickname and then they pick their Blooket block. There's different kinds of animals. Now, if the player signs into and creates an account, they will earn coins, from playing the games, and then they can go to the store where they can purchase different blocks. The one was like breakfast, and there's waffles or something like that. So then the players join the game. Depending on the game mode, sometimes the questions are, like if you do classic, the questions are, I use it on my smartboard. So then it's presented and everybody's on the same question at the same time, and puts in the answer, and then you see it. If you do like Fishing Frenzy, it's more of like a progress. Who can answer the questions the fastest? I think there's a race one that's like that too, where they're trying to answer as many questions as they can and earn as many points. You as the host can see the results, can see the questions of the individual players. The target audience for this one, I was shocked by, is actually for students in grades 1 to 8. Like I said, when I was a prevention specialist, we used it in a high school classroom, and 12th graders enjoyed it too. It's for educators of grades 1 to 8. It's for parents. They can use it at home. And then it's also used for special education educators. I am a special education teacher, and my students absolutely love it. Like I said before, it's engaging, visually pleasing, very interactive, easy to use for students and teachers. Fun. The students get to personalize, make their own name, pick their own Blooket block. There are pre-created sets of questions. I've used that before with like guess the animal or guess the candy bar, that kind of thing. It's individualized. Students are responsible for their own work rather than like a group effort. And then the assessments can be calculated, and the educator can view the results. Some limitations that I've noticed recently have been that occasionally it kicks students out of the game. So they'll be in it and it'll kick them out, and it'll say like an error. So they have to log back in. It is a nice thing that students are able to log back in once the game has already started and been playing. Depending on your age of students and their ability levels, not all games are easy to play. Some of them, like the tower defense, are a little bit more in depth. The other thing is that it only is multiple choice questions. There is no fill in the blank or matching. It's just only multiple choice. And then Another limitation is that there are premium features through Blooket when it's paid for with an account. I don't have a paid for account. So my students, we just do the free version. But they all seem to enjoy it. The next one that I'm going to talk about is Classroom Screen. And I actually saw a TikTok video about this, but I never actually took the time to look into it. It's an online whiteboard to keep students on task. It improves classroom management and instruction in a fun, engaging way. So you just post it like on your smartboard, and you know it has different widgets that the teacher can choose from. It is for educators and teachers across all levels and content areas, from elementary to higher education, college, that kind of thing. It is engaging, visual, customizable. You can pick what you want and what benefits your classroom the most. Like I said, there's different widgets such as like a sound bar. You can add a QR code. You can add a timer. You can add the calendar. You can add a clock. You can add links to videos, images, stickers, different things. It also can be used to create impactful lessons. Now the limits, again, there's free versions. The free version is what I used when I was experimenting with it. So it limits some of the features. With the free version, it does not allow saving of the screens. So like every morning I would have to create the screen for the day, which is kind of redundant and not time consuming actually. On top of everything else that I have to do for the day, I'd have to do that. But it would be helpful when there's like a substitute, all the links and stuff for the day are right there. And then with a basic free account, you have a limited number of screens. So some, like the paid versions, you're allowed to have multiple different screens depending on the class or what you need the screens for. So for the actual assignment, I created a screen for my classroom, just a broad daily screen, and I absolutely love it. I think it is something that is engaging to the students but not distracting. It'll be helpful like with a sound bar. There's a timer on there. That way I can set the timer for the different stations we do. I was able to add the image of the different stations. That way it's right there on that screen and we're not flipping through tab after tab. I could add our schedule on there so that way the students can see our schedule and see where we are throughout the day. Overall, it's a great display, and that is something that I will be looking more into and be adding into my classroom probably next week. My students are very visual learners, and this will help them very, very much. I can't get over how excited I am to use this moving forward. I look forward to watching all of your other videos about the different platforms that are available and that we could use in our classrooms. Thanks.